Hi, all. It's Jan of the Jan Files. I'm also now on Substack. So please follow me in both places. Both are free. Someday I will have a subscription, but that's when I do more. Right now, I'm just wanting to get out into the world and have an impact. So I hope you'll help me do that. So I want to talk today about what is happening on every level. And the point of all of that is like the corruption, the people dying in ICE facilities, people eating worms in ICE facilities. Donald Trump Jr. getting $620 million for his company from the Pentagon. I mean, the list is, what is going on also in Israel with how they're treating not just the Palestinians, but how they just treated those people that came from the flotilla that was bringing food. They not only tortured them, they raped them, they beat them. I mean, it was whatever. There's so much, and it's like, oh shit, nobody's talking about this, but this, I got to talk about that. And there's just so goddamn much horror going on that I know it's overwhelming. And I know it's like, what do I focus on? So for me, when I start thinking about what I want to talk about to you, I start thinking, okay, what's out there? Is this something that I think I can add to? Is this something I think people need to know more about? Or I may even say, I know other people are covering this, but I'm going to do it because it's my way, but also because it's important enough to constantly talk about it. And so I think that when we, look at all of this, I keep, every time I do, I say, okay, which one, what am I going to talk about, whatever, etc. But I go, how do we make a difference with this? Even if it's this big, like, how do we make a difference? And so, everything from boycotts to, I believe boycotts work, sometimes like with Target, they worked unbelievably well, and Disney with Kimmel. Other things, I don't know what's going to happen like with the Southern boycott in terms of the teams and stuff like that. But there's so much that we can do. That one thing I want to make sure we do is we get very specific. And I find myself, I have to sometimes I go, oh shit, I don't know the answer to the question I just asked. And I'd better if I'm going to talk to people, right? And I think I'm going to say the same to you. We really need to get as informed as we possibly can. Too often I am seeing posts about Epstein and other things that aren't real. Stop it. We don't do that, does nobody any good. Okay, just stop that. But we do need the facts at our fingertips. We need to be, and maybe you choose one thing a week or whatever to do a little bit of a deep dive, become a little bit of an expert, because even though they can be dangerous, right now it's necessary. It's necessary because too many people are not getting, even those who agree with us, how much deep shit we are absolutely in. We all know the importance of the midterms, okay? But understand that they're going to do their best to cheat. And we need to be prepared, and we need to pave the way, the path to making sure that every single person that we are in contact with, whatever, it's not going to be every single person, but whatever, we are giving out facts, whether it's at a dinner party, when you're having a discussion, whether you're online having a discussion, because even all Democrats don't agree on a lot of things, right? And even Democrats have bullshit. Like they're saying, oh, well, this happened and he did. No. Just no. And the point is, when you say no, you had better back it up, because that's going to help. How much? I don't know. But I do know that it gets really hard when people have more than one fact at their fingertip for anybody to honestly being the word, engage in a conversation and spew bullshit. Now, I'm not talking about the idiot, the MAGA bots and all that stuff on Facebook. I'm talking more about when you engage on social media and you see something that's wrong, please say so. It's really important. We have to stand on the side of facts. And so we're going to get it wrong. We're absolutely going to get it wrong. And the most powerful thing when you are wrong is to admit that you're wrong. It's not a big fucking deal. Your being wrong is not a big fucking deal if you learn from it. If you make a mistake and then learn, you grow. And we need to allow that for people. And I'm not talking about, the people that are saying, he said he was going to do this. No, I'm not talking about that. No, forget them. I don't care about them. I'm talking about when you engage with people that you think you can reach on some level or may even agree with you on a lot of things, but don't have all the facts. I have that happen all the time, with other Democrats. They're like, well, so-and-so did. I'm like, no, that's not true. And then, out comes, here's this, what happened, that would happen, here's the source, whatever. So I'm saying this because I honestly don't believe that people really are grasping the danger we are in. Some do, absolutely. I'm assuming probably most of you watching me do, but too many don't. Too many are not getting. They're just thinking, okay, this too shall pass. It may not, folks. We are going down a road we've never done anything remotely like this. It's like all of a sudden it was just like, okay, United States has been, growing and learning and fucking up, but learning and fucking up. And all of a sudden the United States is now evil. We are evil. Our country is evil. We are as evil as Netanyahu's government, right? Different whatevers, doesn't matter. Netanyahu and Israeli government and Ben whatever his name is, Gavir, I mean, that man is one of the worst human beings on the planet. But we have Stephen Miller, who want Black immigrants to lose their residency. I mean, you can't make up this shit. But at some level, I don't think because of the lack of bigger actions by Americans, like more protests, etc., that we don't just have one over here and we don't, maybe one over there and, or we have the King's no King's Day, but when's the next one? I don't know. Do you know? I mean, there's something that's still not connecting. And I don't know what it'll take. I'm not sure. And if you have thoughts about it, let me know because I want to know. And so that's why I'm saying it's really important to give more specifics, more details when you're talking with somebody and know them. Because people will respect that, especially, I'm talking about most other Democrats will respect that, unless you get into the whole Israeli thing and then it's now a shit show, okay? Because a lot of people tell me now I'm anti-Semitic. That's the last thing I am. I mean, they may view me that way because I have no regard for Netanyahu and his government, and I don't want to continue to fund what they're doing in Gaza or in Lebanon. And I don't think we should, as a nation, do that. I believe, Israelis have a right to live in peace, as do the Palestinians, right? So anyway, I'm just telling you that we have to, this is the one thing that we can do at every stage of the game. And the other thing, and I think is really important, and I'm just going to point this out, and then I'm going to close this one down. Boycott. Michael Dell of Dell Computers just got a $9.8 billion contract with the Pentagon. And Guess what he gave to Trump to get that? Of course, he gave him money. I mean, like, you can't. Now, here's an example. I'm all of a sudden forgetting what the fuck he gave him money for. See, I have to have that better in my brain. But anyway, Michael Dell is a Trumper. He's a MAGA. Dell, I'm talking to you from my Dell computer. Fuck. So at some point, I'm going to get rid of this and get a new one. And I will never buy a Dell again. So right now, the other thing I'm telling you is boycott Dell. Put it in your Facebook. Put it everywhere. Send it out to whatever. Boycott Dell. And make sure you get what the fuck that Dell gave to Trump. I think, I don't know if it was for the ballroom or, oh, fuck, I don't know, painting the horse on the arch or whatever stupid nonsense he's doing now. But I think it's really key that we invest in making sure that people are scared. And I know that's a bad thing to say. We should all be afraid. We don't have to live in that, but we have to know it. And then we have to be able to fight it. And then within all of that, we still have to live. And we still have to experience joy in our families. So, my friends, follow me, subscribe, please subscribe. And one day at a time.